inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through kids covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open.
Majorly approved.
Friday night in Phoenix. Woo! You're listening to
the Absolute Geek Podcast.
That's right. Thank you, Darts. It is Friday night in Phoenix, and you're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast. I am Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Brian.
I'm Dakota.
That's right. And tonight with us, we have a very special guest from the Comic Chronicles podcast. We have Dakota. Thanks for joining us tonight, Dakota.
Woo! No problem, guys. I think you've probably put it up. Yeah, he put it up there. I'm from the MegaCast, and it was a fun time with you guys. Yeah,
it was a blast.
Yeah,
forgot about the MegaCast.
You forgot about the MegaCast? How'd you forget about the MegaCast?
Because
that was a fun day.
It's been such a long time since that.
Fair enough.
With Comic-Con and everything else, it's been a long time since the MegaCast.
Yeah, you lucky assholes. I couldn't go to Comic-Con this year. I was really disappointed.
Don't feel too bad.
No?
Nah. It wasn't that cool, man. It was.
Yeah, you didn't miss too much, except just hanging out with cool people. But other than that, you didn't miss a lot.
Other than just hanging out with people, you didn't miss anything.
Fair enough. All right, that's disappointing to hear.
It is. It was really disappointing to be there.
Hey, now,
come
on. It wasn't that bad.
Other than a few things, it was really shitty. But the few things that did happen made it really good. So the con floor and all the vendors was just really on such a low level that it brings the whole con experience down.
Damn.
Yeah. There wasn't very many comic vendors at all.
Fair enough. Oh, quick question. Since I'm the guest, can I cuss on the show?
Yes, you can.
All right, cool.
You should watch our show sometime, Dakota.
I do watch. It's just that sometimes it's like one of those of, well, you can this time, you can't that time. I don't know. Like, I want to listen to Neil Adams' interview, by the way. That was fun.
You like it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, it's funny. I ran into another guy that listens to the show, and I had asked him if he heard the interview yet, and he's like, "No, I haven't heard the whole thing." I'm like, "Why not, man? Fucking, it's really good."
Mm-hmm.
And then he fucking watched. He listened to it, and he called me. He's like, "Yeah, man, it was really, really good interview." And he said the one thing that I think a lot of people are thinking. He said, "I just wish you guys were able to go a bit longer." So hopefully we might end up, being able to continue that interview sometime.
After our discussion today, Kyle, that's one person I've got to reach out to too. Is his wife to get that second interview set up?
Yeah,
we'll just finish the first one.
Well,
and send her a link to the interview on YouTube.
It'd be a continuation, I guess, of sorts.
Part 2. I dig that. I've learned, though, is the fun part is that people are picky as hell. They're like, we want more content. I'm like, cool, okay, here's an hour-long interview, or sometimes an hour-and-a-half-long interview, like on the Comic Chronicle podcast. And I go in and give it to them. People are like, it's too long. What the hell do you want?
We've just learned that if we're just going to go, we're going to make a show, we're going to have fun. If it's 1 hour or 3 hours, we're just going to have fun.
It's true. It's true.
That's the way to do it.
That's the point of it. That's the big point of why we do what we do, is because of we've turned it to have fun. And there's a little bit, at least mine, there's a little bit of business stuff to it. But still, it's fun. It's fun to do. It's fun to reach out to fans. It's fun to go behind the scenes with comics. Like our last one that I did was Ron Mars. And you guys knew who Ron Mars is?
I'm not familiar with him.
Damn it! He created Kyle Rayner Green Lantern.
Big Green Lantern writer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And he did a boatload with that, and Batman Aliens crossover, Marvel vs. DC, and it's fun to like be able to go behind the scenes and get people that. Like that one, they're like, here's an hour-long interview, and it's fine. But beforehand, and it's fun to do. Like that's why I like doing the podcast. That's why I want to say thank you guys for bringing me onto this one.
No problem. Yeah, absolutely. We're always happy to have other Phoenix-based podcasts on with us. So, because you're new to our show, why don't you go ahead and explain to our audience a little bit about what your podcast is about, what you kind of do, and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the Comic Chronicle podcast is a show where I give the listeners, and sometimes viewers, depending on what we can do, is give them the behind the scenes of comics. I go in and I interview these people from all over Marvel, DC, indie as well. I love giving indie comics and artists, writers, all of them a shout out because they really deserve it. And I go out, get these interviews with these guys and gals that go into their lives and into their work and bring it to everybody. So on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, it's what I do, and it's fun. It's a really good time. I bring on friends of mine from different places. Like sometimes I'll bring on a video game guy or gal. And like I brought in my buddy from Star Wars. He's been on there. People from Young Justice, big people from Marvel, big people from DC. What I like to do is to be able to give people that behind the scenes of comics. Like that's the whole point of it.
Now, do you go out and search for who you want to feature next, or do they come to you and see, like, do you get the anonymous random email of like, hey, I want to push this, and this, put me on your show?
It depends. Like in Marvel DC ones, it's a lot of times I reach out to them, but indie comic writers and artists, a weekly thing. I get people on the weekly saying, hey, like I'm in talks with one right now. We're doing some stuff to help promote their upcoming Kickstarters and whatnot too, because I love helping out those folks. Like they come contact me, and then I go out there and contact, or it's friends of mine like, hey, like there's this gal from Young Justice. I don't want to spoil it, but the name rhymes with Bartimus, the voice actress. So yeah, to say the least, I really fun gave it away. But we've been working with her to try to get her on the show and whatnot too, but different buddy of mine who plays the Shocker, Dave B. Mitchell, he's like, hey, she wants to come on your show. And I'm like, what the shit? You never know what's going to happen with it. And so, yeah, it just depends.
So who are some of the people that you've gotten to interview then?
Oh, God.
I mean, I've seen a lot of them, but for the people that haven't heard, like, who are some of them, and what do you think your most interesting one was and the most surprising one was?
Ooh, son of a bitch. That's tough, because there's been a lot of good people. Oh, shit. I mean, I've had people on. I've had Dave B. Mitchell from the Spider-Man PS4 game, played the Shocker. I've had Mr. Negative from the Spider-Man PS4 game on there, Stephen O'Yan. He's a good friend of mine. I'm actually looking at it right now. I think that was the most surprising one because we hit it off so well. Is because we like both film workers, stuff like that. Because I bring in when I talk to film folks, we relate on that level of like, yeah, the film world sucks to work in, but we love it. We love the torture. It's like our own BDSM.
What do you do? What do you do in the film world?
What I do is I work in film here in Arizona, and sometimes out of state stuff. I work with them online. Is I do writing, directing, assistant directing, cinematography, photography, and acting. And also,
you are a jack of all movie trades.
Yeah, you ain't a kidding, man. The bags underneath my eyes fucking say it.
But how much fun? I mean, just the exposure and the different level of I mean, you get to look at it from every angle, which is a lot of people don't get to. So doing that, what is your favorite angle to be in? Is it acting, or is it being the director? Or does it depend on the role, the place, the movie, or what? What have you found?
Depends what it is. It really depends, because I look at it as, if you're in the film world, and especially in the comics world, is us creatives and freaks got to stick together. And so I always say that. And when I go in on a film set, and recently I did a theater project with Broadway Theater. That was like a whole 3-month on combat training of crazy shit. Doing all that jazz is I take a look, and I like the crew side a lot because I like to build and I like to create one or two. But then as I've slowly learned acting wise, is you can do the same with that. So I think they're really tough fucking questions because I really like acting. But I don't want to.
We really like to give the hard hitting questions on this show.
Yeah, apparently.
Just put.
Damn it. No, I really like the acting. I really do, and it's fun to do that. But I like doing the crew jobs because you see really more behind the scenes. And yes, the stress level is from here to here.
Have you ever been a caterer?
Huh?
Have you ever been the caterer?
No, God, no. Crafty? God, no. Oh, I'd cry. I'd be like, oh. I've been a PA once. That's one. I've been a production assistant once. Never again. No.
So you said you did 3 months of combat training?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 months.
So what did you do? Where did you learn? And what did you like? What did it do to help your role? Like what?
It was for the theater production because it was a sequel to Robin Hood, but 90s punk thing. And so it was a lot of staff training and sword training, and then hand-to-hand combat, takedowns, and whatnot. Like, there's one scene in there where the audience members were always like, holy shit, because girl has me pinned down. I do 2 elbows to her stomach, grab her shoulder, punch her in the chest, grab her other shoulder, punch her in the stomach, grab her head, slam it to my knee, grab her head again, head slam, takes a knife out, disarms her, and then grab her head, slam it on a flat surface, go shows on the ground, punch her, kick her, then pick her up. And so it's like, that really helped out with the combat role, and it's like, I wouldn't be able to get away with that in movies. It'd be like, he's a woman abuser. No. It really helped in the sense of, like, you can take that knowledge and take it anywhere, especially as a guy who's played a lot of soldier roles, as myself, is you can take it and put it in any roles you want to, or in your everyday life, because we learned how to do the regulars training. We learned then how to do the stage combat training. So it's just fun stuff to do, and to be able to like use a staff and a bow, or not a bow, a staff and a sword, and be like, I know how to do this shit. Fuck you. Just be able to go to town on people is kind of fun.
That's cool. I mean, you took the time. Like, I mean, is that something you had to pay for? Or was that the coolness of being part of the cast and being part of the production?
It was the coolness of being part of the cast, but it was a lot of work. Like, I lost like 15 pounds, I think, during that production.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nice.
So I was like, whoa.
Maybe I need to go do some combat training.
Right? It's like, all you need to do is work a sword. Then again, most guys work.
I think we can all work a sword.
Yeah, no, I think we can all work a pole. As an ex-stripper, I'll agree.
So did you?
So what?
Oh, go ahead, Kyle.
Go for it.
Nope.
Go ahead.
This is all you. This is all you. You're directing this interview. You're directing this opus.
So you going back to the comic thing, like, so you've had a lot of different comic people, writers, artists on your show.
Yeah.
Who are the top 3 that you had on that are your top 3, and why are they your top 3? And out of those top 3, which one surprised you the most? Back to that question,
back to that question. Yeah, back to that one. I still
we jumped over that and went on to other cool stuff.
It's true. The film world, man, it's fun. I think the most surprising one was Stephen O. Young. And close behind it's David B. Mitchell on how just we hit it off. Like I was saying before I moved on, was I'm looking at it right now, like we hit it off so well. He's like, I need your address. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I need it. Send it to my agent. I'm like, okay. I sent it to him. I gave it to him. And in the mail, like 2 weeks later, he gave me the Spider-Man PS4 like pop figure for Mr. Negative signed, and he gave me a note saying, "Thanks for the great interview," and signed it. I'm like, what the shit?
That's
like,
awesome.
That's surprising.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
I'm looking at it right now, and it's really dope. And I'll see it in the store and be like, I know that guy, and we hit each other up and talk every now and then. And then behind that one is the top 3, because my first big interview I did was with Cameron Bowen, and he played Robin in seasons 2 and in the latest one for Young Justice. And he's a dear friend of mine, and I say that one is the most because that one got me, him talking about it. This was back when, before the show was as big as it is now and all that jazz. Because he showed me, and he talked about it, and made me feel for it. And after the show, and him and I talked about it on the recent time he was brought back on the show to talk about season 3 of Young Justice, was he went in and told me about the film world, and he told me about what it's like and the family of it and everything like that. And so right after, I went to voiceover classes here in Phoenix. My goddamn teacher was Velma and Scooby-Doo. And so, like, he really kickstarted my career in film and to get where I am today with everything and really, really pursue it and actually, like, be able to chase the dreams and actually being able to do what you love. So that one, I think, is definitely my number one. Even though I've talked to big people on there before, Cameron really showed it to me. He loves that with a passion. Like, him, we got a lunch date planned for whenever in LA, but without him there, I'm not here. So that's the thing. I'm not here, and I'm not anywhere where I am now. I think people, it's really tough. Like, it's really tough because I've had really, like, Shannon McGuire, I've had her on, and she was a recent Spider-Gwen artist or Spider-Gwen writer, and we talked about what it's like being a woman in comics. So to female viewers and listeners out there, I wanted to really conquer that because the world of being a female writer, artist, or stuff like that in comics is so fucked, and we have really no idea about it.
Like, is it fucked, or is it getting better?
It's getting better.
Because there's a lot of female creators that are top of the bar right now that are getting a lot of credit. So I kind of hear that. I'm gonna listen to that because did you interview her? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This one was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that. Give a little here and there about what she said about it.
She was her best quote from it was, she's like, I never knew becoming a comic book writer that my work would be determined about my weight or by her weight. So it's like
interesting
because it is not the business that does it, but it's the fans. The fans themselves. The thing she said in there that she gets told on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. Like, in the business, she wasn't saying that it was coming from them. It was coming from the fans. So you got to, even though she's really fucking good, but people are like, you're a fat bitch. You don't know what you're talking about. You suck dick to get here. All this crazy shit like that is what she tells me. And she's like, it's tough doing it. And so there's a little bit of that and being able to go out there and put yourself out there and having to put yourself out there, like on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that, and be like, hey, this is what life is like. And it's fun. She gets to do what she loves. She's a book writer too. But that's a little bit of what life is like. Like, it's really worth it, especially if you're a female listener or in between, whatever you want to be, or watcher, and you want to know what it's like. Man, she really sells it. She really, no fucking holdbacks, which is what we do on the show. We have no holdbacks. Like, Tony Isabella told us what it was like. You guys know who Tony Isabella is, right?
Yeah, old school artist or creator.
Yeah, old school creator. He's the creator of Black Lightning. Yeah, I had him on the show a while back, and him and I talk every now and then. And he told me what it was like with him, and he could have, like, just been like, "Oh yeah, 100% comics," but I like to go on the lives and whatnot too. Like, he was in Black equal rights protests. He's like, I got trampled by a horse.
You know what's interesting, real quick. Sorry to interrupt, but on the Black Lightning thing, in the Neil Adams interview, he kind of talked shit about that. Did you guys catch that?
Mm-hmm.
Where he said, "I don't want a black superhero that's, you know, some gangbanger that's been zapped by lightning." I was like, "Whoa, that was pretty crazy." Like, damn, that was a fucking dig at somebody.
That was probably a dig at Tony, because he gets shitted on a lot, but I do love him. Like, there's stuff that I get told through emails and phone calls and stuff like that I wish I could go out and talk about. But it's to say that there is hatred for some people in the business.
You can talk about it here. Nobody's listening.
You can just Comics TMZ, dude.
No, it's good. Yeah.
Let's do Comics TMZ right now.
You're good.
Like Stranko. Stranko will fucking tell you a nice juicy nugget every time you talk to him.
Oh yeah, see, my thing is like I do like talking about it. Like off mic, I'm say some shit, but there's also some stuff is. One, I like having a career. Two, is the respect for people and like that. So, but man, I don't know. Like those are just some of them. It's weird. It's really
so. This is kind of a perfect segue into the Rob Liefeld stuff that's going on. Right? We're talking about crazy shit that's going on in comics.
Yeah.
This fucking Rob Liefeld stuff is balls to the wall nuts.
I
just saw that today too. I was in the middle of like a no AC workplace at a zoo here, assholes. But and I saw that and I was like, what the shit?
Kyle and I are twinsies.
Dude, I think he's losing it. I think he's really gonna have a breakdown.
He did. He had a complete mental breakdown on Twitter.
He's had multiple ones. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, but like
on Cameo.
But like over this last like 3 days, he's had a mental breakdown on Twitter. He's had a breakdown on Facebook, and now he's doing it on Instagram. So like he's just making the rounds on social media of breakdowns.
I think he's doing what you do today to stay relevant.
Yeah,
it's shock value. It's you go.
He's killing it, man. Let me tell you.
Way out on the deep end. I call it the Kardashian effect.
Yeah.
Because you go way out on the deep end and you make sure to get this attention, and what it does is it sucks everybody in. It's almost like a black hole. It just you can't help but being sucked into what's going on. You know, like we were fucking with him on Twitter. He blocked us. Now, that's the last thing I want to happen now is to be blocked, because if I'm blocked, how can I see all this? I want to see it secondhand. I want to see this shit as it's unfolding now. So I would not want to say anything to get blocked at this point, because
it's glorious.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, he's almost like, Pig Vomit said to Howard Stern, he don't know what he's going to say next.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the things I did like is the collapse of DC Comics. Is what he's saying. And you're a fool. I'm catching up. I'm behind like a couple weeks in my comics right now because of film work and, believe it or not, working on comic stuff, which we can get to whenever. But is DC, it's being run a certain way. And it's really, how do I put this without offending all my friends at DC Comics right now, is that there is a lot of...
You just say with all due respect, and then you're good to say whatever you want.
No, we're just going to talk shit about Marvel
If Ricky Bobby has taught us anything, it's just say you with all due respect, and you're good to just let it go.
Fair enough.
You just say not to be a dick, but...
Yeah. I don't want to be a dick, and with all due respect to all my friends in the business, is...
There you go.
What the fuck? Like, I honestly have no idea what the hell they're doing. We have no idea. You got Brian Bendis in there that's like, what the shit? And I'm a fan of his a little bit, but I'm like, what is going on here? And you have 0 editors going in on this on DC right now, which is allowing people to do whatever the hell they want. Because apparently the crime syndicate, who died in Forever Evil, which I'm a huge fan of, is back. They're like, how they back? God knows. Rao knows for DC. But like, DC, they're putting out stuff that's like, why? They're like, oh, deceased. We have our Marvel zombies, but they're not zombies. What? It's cool, don't get me wrong, but it's zombies.
Are you reading Doomsday Clock? Or
no,
whatever it is?
Because I wish not to be disappointed by pushbacks.
Oh, well, the latest issue was actually kind of good.
That's what I was told. Yeah, I was told that was good. But
I like what they're doing with Dr. Manhattan. I think that he's a really good character that needs to be used.
It's true. 100% true. Dr. Manhattan is that. And from what I was told about the book, What issue number was that?
God, I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
Isn't it 8?
Yeah,
8 or 9.
8 or 9? Okay,
Yeah.
so it took 8 or 9 issues for it to get fucking good. It's taken a year and a half or 2 years to get 8 or 9 issues out of a 12 series, I think, book out. What the hell is that? And we have DC Comics, and their sales are low as shit. Like, we live in a world where the Hulk is outselling Batman.
Did you read the Snyder Capullo Batman book, the new one?
Oh, Last Night on Earth?
Yeah.
Yes, book 1.
That's fucking amazing, man.
Oh, it's good. So, like, they're doing good, but then there's this big chunk that they're like, what the hell? So when Robert Liefeld went out, like, the DC Comics will collapse. Like, I could believe it.
Yeah, here's why. It's because they have executives that know nothing about comics and Warner Brothers and Disney, and they're going to fucking tell them, this is what you got to do, and they don't care about anything but money. So they're going to keep on rebooting the universe so they can have number ones every couple of years because it throws a nice big chunk of change at them, and they don't give two shits about the readers except for a couple of books, right? So
Marvel.
it's sad. It's really sad.
Do we live in a world where comics may not, like, I know we're living in that world where print comics, and it kills me, print comics is going away. But do we live in a world where do you think the comics bubble is going to pop? Like comic books in general, like even digital. Do you think we live in that world that Rob Liefeld's trying to like push that on us?
No.
Trying to say?
No, because then we have gems out there. We have Paper Girls. We have Wicked and Divine. We have the last Batman, Last Night on Earth. We have a lot of good books. Uncanny X-Men was really fucking good. As Matt read that. So, but the problem is that there's got to be money. There's money that's got to be made.
I think Dakota's on a good track with that question. I take the other side of the coin. I think it could happen, and I think it's going to happen soon because where you have a few diamonds in the rough. But your big two, Marvel and DC, they're putting out trash. They're rebooting constantly. They're trying to rehash old storylines. There's no need to try and hash and work the Watchmen into the DC universe. Leave them alone. So they're
know why they're doing it.
Yeah, but
TV show.
Right, exactly. But still, it's
why
you don't need to do that. And I think we could see it eventually where. At some point, the market's going to get so oversaturated with everything, more than it is so now, where you're going to get like 6 or 7 superhero movies out instead of your normal 3 or 4 a year, and then TV shows. And I honestly think he's on a good track that it could happen. You could have the 90s bubble hit again, and it's going to affect in a major way because there's really I don't
think they'll ever hit again because they're not printing those kind of numbers.
There is one thing though that's kind of got me a little bit screwed up is I don't know if it was confirmed or not, but it's pretty heavily a yes that Vertigo is shutting down that branch of DC.
Yeah, they're shutting down Vertigo and they're going to take key books and move it over under the DC label.
See, that's
black. Yeah, they're just going to go to the black label.
No, they're going to their normal DC. Their DC label. Black is completely separate.
Yeah, but the books that would usually be written under Vertigo will end up going to the black label, like the newer stuff that they're going to end up writing.
But even with that black stuff, they're just taking old characters and giving them different stories. Like your first black book was Batman Damned. Now your next one is Batman Last Night on Earth. Now your next one's going to be a Harley Quinn story. So they're not giving you new characters under that label.
You know why I think they're doing that? I think they're trying to test the audience to make sure that the audience is okay with buying those larger format books. And once they know that they can consistently sell those style books, I think they'll start with new stories. I really do. I think that that black label is really good. It's really beautiful. It's bigger print, better pages, everything. So and once they know people will buy it, I think they'll start putting, themselves on the line and, taking a chance on some new stuff.
I
hope so. At least I hope so.
With what Liefeld's doing though, is he's he's hitting it. Like, everyone's giving him shit for Major X. I did. We all did. But everyone's the big thing right now to flip books is first appearances. Every single issue, I think, damn near every single issue of Major X, it's a 6-issue series, has had a first appearance of a character in it. Every single issue has had a first appearance of a new character in it. Yep.
They're just throwing it at the wall at this point.
Let's just see what sticks.
Yep.
We got that.
Got
shit. The state of comics right now is very. I think we're in a fascinating time of the state of comics because we don't know what the hell we're doing anymore. We're trying. We're really trying, and we're getting these gems out like Last Night on Earth and jazz. And Marvel's been doing some pretty good shit recently too. But DC, I don't know. But what else did Rob say? What else was his thing? He said DC was going to collapse. And then
he just started taking. Well, and then he just started taking shots in, like, other creators have chimed in on it. Like, who was it that? Let's see. I think not Neil Adams. There was a big time creator that said Mark Millar kind of chimed in on it, and it was talking to him about it, and it kind of got like.
What did you say?
Well, Mark says, really, I think it's their strongest lineup since the '80s. All their big characters have really strong teams, and all at the same time. Is there something on the horizon? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And Rob says, Mark, you're reading your DC Best of '80s collection again. Happens to me sometimes. And then he's like, the best thing for Jim Lee is for DC to go under, so he can go back to finally drawing X-Men again, like we all want, win all around. And then he starts talking about how.
Amen. I agree to that. Fucking A.
And
Jim Lee would be cool on X-Men, but I mean, I dig him. He's cool on anything he touches.
Yeah, but I want to see him on X-Men again.
Yeah.
I want to see X-Men be good. That's all I want. I'm pissed because they were doing good, and now they're gonna reboot the universes and shit again. So I just want to see X-Men be good. That is the number one thing I want out of comics right now. Is I want to see X-Men have good books. I want to have multiple books and good storylines, good art. Just make the X-Men good again. I want to make that. Let's make that shirt. Let's make an Absolute Geek shirt that says "Make X-Men great again." Make the X-Men great again.
I'd wear the shit out of that hat.
So there was a guy that blasted him that says, "How about instead of telling DC, or talking about how DC's gonna crash, you learn how to draw feet." And Rob fires back with, "I've been making comic books professionally for 33 years since I was 18. I have record-setting sales. You want to attempt to lecture me? I'll block you faster than you can say my name."
Wow.
Sir blocks a lot.
And then Pipeline Comics comes out and says, DC's driving towards the bookstore market. DC Ink and Zoom is just the beginning. They never put $500,000 into marketing their comics to anyone, but they are for these books, and they're cleaning up the rest of the line to keep them safe. DC is rebranding, and Rob's like, "That's an interesting take."
Cool. Okay, you know what I'm getting from this though, is I'm getting major vibes of somebody at DC rejected Rob Liefeld pretty fucking hard.
I think that's what it is.
Right, he's a little butthurt.
Yeah, because he was bitching later he was talking about a crossover between his comic or some of his characters in Image and a DC book, because I guess Image and DC are teaming up for something, and he was like, they approached me about having some of my characters in there, and he told them no. So like I think he's butthurt about something.
Fucking liar.
Why the hell? Okay. All right. Image and DC teaming up. One, that's a pure 90s thing right then and there. Two, which I fucking dig. Okay, yeah. Did he get butthurt because I don't know. It could be anything with that man.
He got butthurt. Here's why he got butthurt. Because those guys fucking kicked him out of there so fucking fast and laugh at him every chance they get. I mean, every single one of those guys just laugh at that dude. publicly, behind his back, whatever. They laugh at him, and I think that he's finally lost it. So
he's the white kid in modern day schools. He just like broke. He's like, no.
yeah. Fuck.
Well, and then he takes on to say that he doesn't speak his mind nearly enough, and he says so a few weeks back I got a call and some text from Jim Lee. Long story short, he asked if I'd be interested in bringing some of my extreme characters over to DC for a special that would come as soon as the end of the year, where the Image characters team up in a bunch of short stories with DC comic characters. Liefeld casually revealed, I said I'd consider it, and that's it, nothing else. I assumed that this week it's still on the play. I don't think it's on play anymore after you just pretty much shit on them.
Yeah,
Right?
no, you're done. He's done. He's never going to be able to work at DC. And two is, I wonder how pissed they are that he said that. They're probably like, Rob, you son of a bitch.
Well, I think this is where it does it. He says, in addition to the DC Image crossover, Liefeld also revealed that there's been a discussion with DC over the past year about Thunder the Barbarian comic, which he presumably sarcastically called a real burner of a property, right? Thundar was so he's butthurt that DC came to him and wanted to offer him pretty much a lesser character instead of one of their big time heavy hitters.
Well, you're Rob Liefeld. You created Major X. Your big thing, the only reason why you're popular before that was because of In Between Deadpool, is because you created a character made out of pockets. That's like, come on.
But then he leaves Twitter and says, I'm gonna go to Instagram, and then the first thing he does on Instagram is start rehashing up the Deadpool versus Deathstroke debate again. He posts a picture of him. Yeah, he posts a picture of them side by side, and he's like, "This doesn't look like a copy to me." I'm like, "Whatever, dude."
Wow. Okay, he broke. I don't think he's gonna work in the. Does Marvel take him back?
Well, he's still working with Marvel right now because he's got one issue of Major X left, and that thing's been selling like hotcakes. For as shitty as the art is, it's been selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, but you think after this they're gonna keep him?
I don't know.
If he's making him money, man, money talks.
Yeah,
he's not making DC any money.
That's true. I mean, yeah, it's true. But then again, Cosby made people money. Weinstein made people money. They got rid of them. So, I mean, yeah, they're making money, but damn, do you really want them? No.
I really don't see DC Comics going anywhere.
No.
They've got too many fucking awesome characters for them just to fold up shop.
Yeah, that's true. They got so many, and they've been doing good with a lot of them.
Oh, sorry, brother.
Oh no, I was saying they've been doing good with a lot of them, but there's this. All right, this one might start a tangent. Is the recent Heroes in Crisis? You had that shit.
I'm just about to start reading that.
Oh, good luck.
I heard it was really good. I was told it was fucking awesome.
Huh?
Hold on.
He said he heard it was awesome.
Yes. Sorry, I had to sneeze.
Oh, it's good, but it's also not. It's also like, wait, what? Because everything they've done in it, I can tell you without a fact that they're not gonna people die in there. Everyone that's died, they're not gonna. There's no way in hell DC's gonna keep them dead. There's not. So they're gonna be brought back immediately, probably within a year or half a year. This is how one's gonna cookie's gonna crumble. Sadly, so that's what sucks. It's like, yeah, we got this cool thing, but none of it's gonna stick. Okay. Well, I mean, I can't spoil it if you're just about to read it, because the character gets his new series coming out.
I don't care about spoilers.
Huh?
I don't care about spoilers.
So Wally West, they're like, the OG Wally West, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
They killed him?
No, he's in jail.
What?
And then he gets his own series coming up. Because everything in Hero in the Crisis was his fault. And then they have this weird Booster Gold time travel thing. And you're like, You hyped up this thing so much. You're like, here's a new crisis. Here's all that. You kill these people off that are big hitters that you know. It's like, oh, Superman died. He's going to stay dead, right? It'd be like that again. But it's not. Instead, it's like Green Arrow family members. It's Bat family members who are doing fairly well. And so you're like, okay, why? And so that's what it sucks about it. And DC stuff, they're like, they're not zombies. Really? That one just makes me pissed. Because like you just gotta say they're zombies, man. It's just they're like, it's the anti-life equation. Cool. We don't even know how The Walking Dead started, but they're still fucking zombies.
What's the deal with this Tom King? Did you guys see what Tom King came out and said? Did he give a reason why all this craziness is going on with him and Batman?
Because his writing sucks, and he just gives weird dream stories.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like his writing either.
Well, he's leaving to go write the Eternals movie script for Marvel.
Good, because the movie's gonna suck. So, all around, that's a sucky project. The Eternals, they're like, here, we can't even get a Flash movie up, but we're gonna make.
I kind of like Tom King's writing.
I thought he sucked on fucking Batman.
Yeah,
I thought a lot of what he wrote for Batman was awesome.
I did too. Like, he was a nice transition from Snyder going from New 52 over to Rebirth. Like, I think he had a nice transition to keep it interesting, and I just think he set the storyline in place with Bane and Catwoman, and it's just dragging on. And he thought it was going to hold people's attention more than it was, and then when they decided to fake us out with the wedding, and we're going to give you the wedding, and then it's not going to happen, and they're still teasing it.
That's where it kind of got rocky.
This whole like overlying storyline with Bane and stuff, it's kind of falling apart.
Yeah, it's honestly, it makes me mad because 9 or 10 issues, whatever it is, it seems like it. Here they're all weird dream things that don't even matter, and I'm like, it's $4 a goddamn book for Batman. I have a shit ton of other books. I'm not paying $4 for some weird dream thing where Professor Pig is in it, which I thought like, oh, this is cool, Professor Pig. They're like, oh no, it's Damien. Like, wait, what? They're like, oh, it's a dream. What? That's like the end of a movie. The character woke up from a coma.
That's another thing that pisses me off about DC is that they have this amazing character in Damian Wayne and they fucking don't use him well.
No, Damian Wayne. Okay, Damian Wayne, I have a rough spot for.
He's my favorite DC character behind Batman and Green Lantern.
100% disagree. I hate him.
I fucking love Damian.
I was like, yes.
I think he's bad fucking ass. I think it's badass how he's Batman in Injustice and He-Man. Did you guys read that?
Yeah, I can dig that. I think he's cool, but as a kid, as an adult, he's cool. They do make him cool.
Yeah, the Batman 666 issue. That issue was bad as fuck. When Grant Morrison writes him, and there was a couple other people that wrote him really good. You can make Damian Wayne badass. Who was writing Teen Titans when he was on Teen Titans, Kyle?
Oh, here just recently?
No, back when he first came on Teen Titans.
Well, it would have been Rebirth. Teen Titans Rebirth is when he was first joined the Teen Titans team.
Oh, who was writing that? That was
whoever was writing that he wrote a good Damian Wayne too. He just and the Damian Wayne and the John Kent shit was awesome.
Yes, that
was Super Sons.
Super Sons was amazing, and having those two on Teen Titans was amazing. Those two characters need to be They need to be doing more. They need to be doing better stories with them.
Yeah, the last run with them, it got kind of weird. Like it was
Benjamin Percy was writing Teen Titans Rebirth.
Hey.
Well,
tell you for a fact, we're not going to get any more John and Damian Wayne Super Sons. That's ending too. Because John is now 15, right? And that's cool, right?
So Damian Wayne 15 too?
No.
Damian's older than John, isn't he?
Yeah, by a couple years.
So Damian's 17 then.
No. No, John was flash forward recently. I don't know if you guys caught this one or not. The recent Superman books by Bendis. I think it was Superman Extra Comics by Bendis.
Fucking Bendis ruined so much shit.
He aged. He went to the future, and he survived in the multiverse, and he aged.
Oh, is that when he went and hung out with Jor-El or whatever?
Yeah, which fuck that, by the way.
Yeah, that was crap, dude. Fucking Bendis, man.
I couldn't get into any of the Bendis writing.
Bendis has been dog shit for about good 6 years, 5 years.
I like the enthusiasm with the middle finger behind it too.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm a huge Superman fan. And they're like, Jor-El's alive. And I'm like, okay, if it's for an issue, it's fine. But they're like, no, he's forever going to be alive. Oh, no, fuck you. No. No, it's stupid. They're like, the main thing of like, okay, so Krypton blew up. So why does Cal give a shit then? Because his dad's still alive out there. Is his mom alive too? They're like, oh, Dr. Manhattan, but not Dr. Manhattan saved his mom. Like, what?
So what is it about DC that does this thing? Because he was a top-notch writer for Marvel. Marvel's golden boy, one of the best. At one point, he was writing almost everything Marvel was putting out, and now he goes to DC and it just sucks.
Shit. A lot of that was shit at Marvel.
No way, dude.
He hasn't been good for a while.
You're out of your mind. His Miles Morales stuff is amazing. His work on All New X-Men was amazing.
He started out Jessica Jones real strong.
But that was like 10, 15 years ago.
No, even the new series he did like 3 years ago was solid. It's since he's moved to Marvel, his writing his writings becomes trash.
He's only done Superman though. Isn't that the only thing he's done?
Well, he's just starting a new book too.
Into it. I tried because I bought him all excited. I was like, yes, this is my chance to really enjoy Superman. This is gonna be my jumping on point. Bendis is gonna help me, and I was like.
It almost feels like Superman is the property where creators go to die, because you had Romita Jr. put on Superman, and his art was terrible on Superman.
Yeah. Romita Jr. is fucking trash, man. You're 100% right. Him drawing Superman was kryptonite for him, man. All I see in his art now is garbage. Even when
all I see is Kick-Ass.
That's all I see.
I was about to say. Even when he goes back to Kick-Ass, I don't even like his art. I can't stand it.
How do you go from being one of the top Spider-Man artists with your dad to being right up there with your old man to drawing Kick-Ass and your art getting shittier?
I think you're right. It's Superman, man. Fucks with people.
It's also too
like kryptonite.
Yeah. A lot of it has to do with they're able to do, like, you get Bendis, for example. I liked his work earlier. I really do. But the problem is, like, automatically they're like, you don't need an editor. Because apparently that's what I heard, is that he has no editors. So they're like, do whatever the fuck you want. What? And then they do that, and then things go to shit, and they wonder what's happening. It's like, oh, this is like you.
He's doing to Superman what Dan Slott did to Spider-Man. That's exactly what's happening. He's doing to Superman what Dan Slott did to Spider-Man.
Oh, God.
Ran it into the dirt.
Yep.
Yeah, another big favorite of mine. Shit. Give me one sec.
Kind of on the same lines, I don't know if any of you read the latest issue of the Batman Who Laughs. DC Scott Snyder changed up who the very first Batman Beyond is now.
Yes, he did.
Who is it?
It's Jim Gordon and his fucking son. They appear at the end of the issue in Batman Beyond outfits.
That's bullshit.
They don't call him Batman Beyond, but it's the fucking same costume, just without the masks on.
That's fucking bullshit.
So it's the now I don't know how how it fits in continuity wise, if it's even gonna fit in continuity wise, but yeah, Snyder just not Snyder because he's not writing that, but whoever's writing that book just changed the whole origin or the whole first appearance of or who the original Batman Beyond is.
Oh, that's stupid as shit. Because I'm a huge Batman Beyond fan, and I had no idea that was happening.
Yep.
What? Who's writing it then?
I'll have to look and see who's writing it. I forgot who wrote it. I know it's not Snyder.
Because you just called him out a minute ago.
I did. I apologize. Retraction.
In the retractor.
Yep.
Damn it, Cameron. That's. See, I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Like, why would you change? I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of hatred for that sentence I heard. I was like, oh, I need to change them because everything was dying on my end of things. But why would you change that? You have so many people from the '90s, like myself.
No, it is Scott. It is Scott Snyder. It's Snyder and Jock.
God damn it, Scott! Why? Why? Like,
What are they doing?
they changed. Like, okay, so from that, I didn't know any of this was happening. So from what you say is, Batman Beyond, the first Batman Beyond characters changed.
So Terry McGinnis is now not the first Batman Beyond.
Fuck that. I'm out. There's
That's
no
garbage.
Yeah, you can't do that. Like, what's the next topic you guys got? Because now that's just gonna be so much anger. Oh my God! When did this happen? Before I go on, when did this happen?
It just happened on
This
Wednesday.
came out Wednesday, didn't it?
Yep.
Yesterday?
Yep.
Day before, yeah.
Fuck that. Seriously, like, no, that's true. You have no idea. What? Anger, brothers, anger. So,
Hostility
that
towards
also
the
means
opposition.
that he's like, we're gonna change everything. Why?
That's an awesome song.
What, anger?
Anger. Hostility towards the opposition.
Anger. That's
That's old
isn't that
school. man.
Downset?
Downset, brother.
Yeah.
Downset.
I'm so bummed out that we're not going to see the Justin Bieber Tom Cruise fight.
What?
Hold on. Before we move on here, see, hold it up. There you go. That Jim Gordon is Batman Beyond, and his son right behind him.
His son's a psycho murderer.
Yep. Well, apparently not anymore.
Back.
Yep.
Yeah, that will not go over well. I imagine
No, it's not.
they'll change that.
It's not going over well right now. It's like who they killed in the Heroes in Crisis. I'm like, why? Like, okay.
But now you can go on to Justin Bieber and Tom Cruise duking it out.
Oh my God, I wanted to see him fight so bad.
I want to.
In the octagon.
That would be amazing. We're not going to get it?
No, Justin Bieber backed out.
All right, so that okay.
He called him out, and I think he realized he's like, that short bastard Tom Cruise will probably kick my ass.
Oh, dude, he
Yeah.
would whoop the shit out of him.
He would have whooped the
Honestly,
shit out of him. How cool? Because I think Conor McGregor stepped out, and I think he was cool with it.
Well,
The
Justin
Tom-
Bieber is I know he does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know how good he is, but he definitely trains.
Brazilian.
Dude.
Okay.
It would be fucking cool to watch them. I would so pay money and fly to Vegas and watch them fight live.
Yeah. Tom Cruise. Okay. Tom Cruise versus Justin Bieber. Two people that Hollywood really fucking hates. They're like, we're gonna go head to head. They're like, this is better than Superman versus Muhammad Ali, man. Like,
Dude,
yeah.
it'd be so cool.
Dude,
I think Justin Bieber would get some cool licks in, but I think Tom Cruise would just go psycho and it would just it would just be over. I don't even think it would be 2 rounds.
Tom Cruise has got old man strength.
Oh man.
Right?
I've never heard of old man strength.
On top of his, you never heard of old man strength?
No. I mean, then again,
I've heard of other forms of strength, but I've never heard of old man strength.
yeah, I heard of the down strength, but that's about it.
That's where I was going. Yep.
So what's the old man's strength then, Brian? And he looked like you need to tell it to him.
They like old man got going in this mode, like it's like Superman mode. And they get like super strong and shit, man. Like they can pick up cars when they need to and
That
shit.
just sounds like if it sounds like a fight or flight, and the body's like, you got every ounce of energy you have.
And
Are you gonna die?
He'd pick up a car and shit.
old
Shit
men
is
like,
depends.
and know how to use those fucking like Vulcan death grips and shit. Like they're experienced.
He uses his fucking rock hard boner from all that Viagra as a jack to keep the car up.
Yeah.
That's how he holds it up to change the tire.
Yep. Old man strength.
I want to put this out there since we mentioned Viagra real fast. I've always said this and this is such a tangent. We'll get back on in a second. Is they're like, if you have a boner basically for more than 6 hours, if I have one for more than 6 hours, I'm calling every person I know to be like, listen, this thing's now hour 6 or 7. You want to hop on the D train or what's happening?
Just knock them all out, one after the other.
But Tom
proud.
Justin Bieber, that would be one, because my dream would be Justin Bieber's ass is kicked and Tom Cruise is like, the Mummy 2's happening. And then, like, he takes, like, Justin Bieber's newfound wife, and he grabs her and, like, makes out with her just to, like, rub it in. And, like, I would love that. That would be my dream fight.
Dude, I was when I seen that on Twitter, I was so excited.
I want to see him just knock Bieber out and then just be, like, repelled out of the octagon to the ceiling like he does, like Ethan Hunt. Just it was zip and gone.
He's got to do the run. Got to do Tom Cruise run in it, though.
It'd be cool if he just jumped on the top of the octagon and like and fucking elbowed him, and then picks him up and fucking throws him onto the desk.
When he jumps
where
on
fucking Joe Rogan is.
He jumps on fucking Bieber's corpse like Oprah's couch.
Damn.
Yep.
So you guys want to win. So, like, if the fight did happen, who do you want to win?
Definitely Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Cruise all the way.
Yeah.
That would be an embarrassment, man.
You're the kid. You're the guy who got his ass kicked by Bieber.
That would be that your career would never come back from that.
I think you'd find him. He's like, what happened? He Heath Ledger did. He's like, oh man.
Because we'd have to set up other fights with other celebrities that really want to fight each other. I mean, we could do like the old school celebrity boxing ring matches.
Oh, yeah.
They need to bring back Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes.
That would go so good. You would do
Like
so much money, man. Dude,
man, people fly from everywhere to see it.
Yeah, you ain't all right. Your top 3 in your deathmatch squad.
Oh man.
Top 3. Who would I like to see fight? I wouldn't want to see Arnie fight anymore because I seen that dude fucking jump kick him. I felt bad for Arnie.
No, wait, dude, he stood there solid like a rock. That kid fell to the ground. Like, dude, it was like he was kicking a brick wall.
Yeah.
Even at his old age, that's some old man strength right there. Arnie's still solid.
Oh, that's Arnie's strength.
That's old man strength right there.
That's the Terminator.
That's a definition of old man strength.
I was really hoping that Jason David Frank from Power Rangers and John Claude Van Damme were going to fight. Because they were going at it for a while. That feud was going on for a while. I would love to see them fight. I would love to see... I'd love to see someone try to pick a fight with Steven Seagal.
Keanu Reeves?
No, Steven Seagal.
Keanu Reeves would whoop their ass. Let's be honest.
That's why I'd love to see it.
I think he's too nice of a guy.
You know what they should do? You know what this should be? It should be like, you remember how Ultimate Fighting originally was? The first 20?
Yeah, fucking fist.
It was last man standing.
Rip out your fucking hair. You got to fight 3 fights in a night.
Yep, right.
Yeah.
It was just weight classes didn't matter.
Fucking guys couldn't even continue.
You're ultimate fighting them crackers right now, aren't you?
I am.
That's what I was saying.
I am
Fucking,
like a motherfucker.
you're fucking Jose in that shit.
I'm like a motherfucker.
Those crackers don't stand no chance.
There's your ultimate death match.
Crackers.
Brian
a hell of a thing.
Crackers. Brian versus the rapper.
So to kind of get things in a different gear, you said you're working on a comic?
Oh, yeah, we've been working on it for a little bit of time. I can't
Who's
say
we?
anything about it. I'm still waiting for the contracts to get through. But what can I say about it?
Yeah,
You can totally
who's
tell
we?
everything
Who's
that
the
it's
creative
about.
team?
I mean,
Snyder and John.
yeah, that would be amazing. I'm not gonna lie though, Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, when I first started to get back in the comics, they were my A team. Is especially New 52, because the New 52 I still think is cool. Is how do I? Okay, it's an indie comic book company. I got hired on. We're signing the contracts, finishing everything up. One is a childhood idea I had since I was a kid that involves teenage rebellion mixed with Star Wars. Is the best way to put it. And then we have another one that's a war book based in Vietnam with giant monsters.
So you got you got approached to do it without even having like, do you have like treatments or a rough draft set up, or you got approached to do it without nothing?
I had a rough draft. I interviewed the guy, one of the writers from the company, because they do video games, and now they're doing comics, and the comics are getting video game tie-ins and whatnot, which mine will, hopefully, as long as things still go good with us. I get those contracts soon, because it's been a while. It's scary how long it's been. As long as everything goes through with this, because things happen, you never know. They could all of a sudden be like, well, we ended the company, so I don't want to jinx anything. But with everything that's been going on with it is I had an idea. The one I had the idea when I was a kid of the Teenage Rebellion meets Star Wars. Is I had it, and I had a rough draft made a couple years ago. I touched it up because I pitched it to him after the interview, gave it to him in the email, and he's like, we want you. And I'm like, cool, all right. Like, what do we get with it? And we did negotiate pricing, so I get paid, and then we negotiated merchandise and the video games and all that jazz. So it was really, I had the idea, just sat on it for a little bit. I made the script because I said, fuck it, why not? And just went to town and just gave it to him. And then I gave him the other idea because I'm like, we need more kaiju giant monster comic books. And they said, yes, we do. We can make games off it. I'm like, cool. And so that's what we did with that. And that's how that started. I can't say anything more. I wish I could. I mean, it depends. It depends how you word shit, because I might be able to.
That's cool. I mean, we don't want to get you in any trouble, but I just picked up on
I
that.
feel like you should just tell us anyway.
Yeah, probably. And
We totally won't tell anybody.
No, we won't tell anybody. Continues to upload.
And everybody listening promises not to tell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Every fan. I mean, you guys will be able to get it soon. Nice part is part of the comics you're gonna get for free.
Nice.
Because the company runs it is they're like, I call them the perfect little comic book drug dealers, because they give you a couple of good tastes for free on Instagram with a couple panels and a couple issues for free. And then they're like, hey, you want to pay for it? Come on over here.
So did you go out and find an artist, or did they connect you to an artist? Or okay.
Yeah.
So it's like
And
someone on staff?
Yeah, oh yeah. They got a few of them. And it's been, I'm not going to lie, because I always wanted to write a comic book. I always thought maybe it'd be indie or one of the big two. The one I had since I was a kid, the Teenage Rebellion meets Star Wars, which isn't the title, but it should be, is really the sense of, it's so much fun. You know, it's fun. I get why writers have so much stress, but I also get the sense of why they do it. Like, really why they do it. Because being able to create the worlds, being able to create the characters and stuff, like one of the new ones, a kaiju one, that one's like from scratch. So being able to do all that jazz it's been a fucking blast, man. It's been really great time.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, and it's hopefully Marvel DC people, if you're listening, and I know if there are fans of mine from my podcast that do listen, and you guys are watching this right now and listening to it, well, fuckers, I have experience, so you better finally put that word in. You guys promised.
Yeah, man. I mean, it
That's
sounds like
that's what I'm thinking. Like, I have the connections, but you guys like, he never wrote a comic, and now it's like, ugh, unzip the pants and whip it out. Here it is.
you're definitely a jack of all trades, man. You've got unbelievable drive.
I try. It's been a hell of a time, man. It really has.
And you work at the zoo.
Yeah, God. Yeah. And
What area in the zoo do you work?
Huh?
What area of the zoo?
Every area, basically.
You get to feed the lions.
No. Well, it depends. It's like no, because I saved her. All right. Here's a
Do you
chance
pet 'em?
for you.
Do you have to watch them? Do you
I
watch
have
them
to
poop?
No.
Do you watch them poop? We ask the hard-hitting questions on this show.
Do you watch your animals poop, sir?
It'd be cool to work in like little reptiles and like spiders and invertebrate area. That'd be cool.
Have you ever rode the elephant?
No, God, people. Well, all of our elephants have. I was gonna say a kill list. Fuck it, they do.
A
Fuck
kill
you,
list?
it's
Killed an
98.
elephant?
I don't even care anymore.
You killed the elephant?
Huh?
That's fucked up. You killed one of the elephants?
No, one of the elephants. Well, actually, all of our elephants have killed people.
Oh wow!
Are you fucking serious?
Dude, I'll be honest with you.
Is that why they're there?
Huh?
They're like in prison?
No, they're there because
Like,
they're old.
because they killed people. They have old elephant strength.
Yes, they have old elephant strength.
Old elephant strength. It wasn't the years of abuse by owners. It was that damn old elephant strength. They got you.
They all fucking kill people, really?
Yeah, dude, you'd be surprised. Honestly, like, there's so much weird.
You ever
shit.
had one shit on you?
Huh?
You ever had one shit on you?
An elephant? No, I never got that close. There's animals that I've gotten close to, mostly because I got near the fence line, that are mesh and that you could get murdered by, and I was like, oh shit.
Like
Hey,
a
let me
bear?
tell you, there's nothing. You think you have like a jaguar, like you're by the fence line, it's over on the other end, you're like, it's clear, right? And all of a sudden somebody makes a noise, it's watching everything go down, and you like look at him, and you like, you bastard, and he turned behind you like slow-mo like face, it feels like it, and you lock eyes with this large predatory animal, and you know that if you don't move, it's going to get you.
You been in the cage with it? Did you smack it around?
No, I was next to the mesh.
Did you pull its tail?
Huh? No, God, no. I was getting some of these glasses because for a kid who dropped him in near the fence, I'm like, you know what? Fuck, I'll just go near the fence. He's on the back. The Jaguar's fine. That fucker bolted it, and because it's a mesh stretchy fence, and so I remember, these guys pulled me up from the moat area. Like these parents were like, "Get up!" and they pulled me up. But right before they pulled me up over the railing, I felt like
There were people holding you over the railing?
Yeah, they helped me. They're like, "You gotta get
There
up."
were people holding you by your feet. Just a pair of glasses. I'd be like, fuck you. Go get your kid a new pair of glasses.
Yeah, like
Fucking
usually
dangling you
fine.
over the-
It's okay.
God damn, there has to be a picture out there.
Oh, there probably is a fucking video, man, of like, because I felt it got so close, but I got within 5 inches of me, and I felt the breeze and that breath from the Jaguar, like on my back.
That wasn't the breath, that was a claw swiping by you.
It probably was. It knew. It stopped itself because it knew that I got away, so it didn't decide to like try effortlessly. Luckily, because I still probably would have got nailed
Damn,
by the leg.
human got away again.
Yeah, because he looked at me and he just like looked with like those cat eyes of like
He
you.
remembers you.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
I remember.
I mean, shit. We've had animals break in. We've had animals break out. Like,
What do you mean you've had animals break in?
There's a squirrel that really wanted to be in this zoo. He found his way
yeah,
in.
thanks for the shovel. Yeah,
You
thanks very
mean
much.
like they broke out from the Philadelphia Zoo and they came to Phoenix Zoo or what?
No, javelinas, man. I
Oh,
came broke into the zoo and they're like, "Oh, we got some wild ones in here. We're gonna catch them." Like, okay. I turn a corner, and next thing I hear, I'm like, you know what? They caught him already. It's been half an hour. No, they didn't at all. And so then I get attacked by a fucking javelina twice in one morning. That was great.
do you get a
Did you
trank
guys-
gun? Do you get to trank him?
Oh, we sniped the shit out of one of them. Yeah, we tranked it. Like we got in the high mountain, this high hill when it was laying down, and they're like, "We're firing!" And I had to work perimeter to try to catch it. We quarantined the whole section off of the zoo, so we're like fire and boom. It's yeah.
As you guys see the,
Can I do that?
You guys see the thing where that polar bear ate that fucking duck in front of all those kids?
Dude, that happens all the time.
That was hilarious.
Dude, we've had I've had.
I like when the animals start to do it. What are they doing?
Too.
They're just having fun.
Having fun.
Yeah, I've had a baboon he gets ticked off of me all the time. And so what he used to do is he used to capture birds and torture them, and he used to throw the dead bodies over the moat at me. And he'd leave them there, and he would watch me pick them up because I'd have to.
You need to trank that thing, man.
Oh, we do. You know what he used to do too? Speaking of doing it, because that's what got me to, is that I've had a baboon look at me, does straight clean an eye, and jack off and finish. Because he's like, you
dude,
that shit.
You didn't even break eye contact either, did you?
Fuck no.
You said, I'm staring that motherfucker down till he finishes. Dude.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a challenge. This is a challenge. This
challenge accepted, huh? Well, at least you didn't do the same thing to see who won.
Or did you?
Oh, God. Shut up. Yeah, what are you doing? I'm representing all of humanity.
He's doing it. I'm doing it. I'm fucking watching you.
Display your dominance.
Oh, God. I mean, you name it, man. Working at a zoo is at a whole new level of stress. That's why I like working in film. I do a lot more film work to work at the zoo because,
sounds like a lot more fun working at the zoo.
Dude, I don't know. I've had to survive rhinos, fucking rampaging, almost breaking out, explosions.
What exploded?
Yeah, believe it or not, some people thought duct tape and hoses to propane tanks was okay.
Isn't it?
Sure. In a building? Sure. In an enclosed building cooking kettle corn? Sure.
Dude, next time I go to the zoo, I'm going to watch my fucking back.
You have to. You honestly, I mean, so many things. There's so many. I could do, once I'm done, because, I'm probably...
Jacking off in front of the orangutan?
No, God, no. I'm, going to do an episode on something somewhere where I'm going to be like, listen, this is the zoo stories of an explosion, a rhino almost breaking out, guns are everywhere. This is what it's like working at a zoo, all right?
This is what we're doing right now.
His last day at work, is going to be like, all right, you son of a bitch, it's go time. He's going to go in front of the orangutan and drop trow and just start going in front of him, just locking eyes and never releasing the...
It was the baboon.
It's a battle of attritions right now.
I mean, so that's why, back to the main point is, polar bear, the polar bear eating a bird, they eat birds. I've had fucking people, the mandrills. Huh?
Nothing, keep going.
Yeah. Probably. We've had people, animals break, the squirrels and shit like that. There was once, we had the mandrill, a.k.a. the monkey from fucking Lion King. He skinned a squirrel that got in his exhibit. Whoa. And he ate the body, and he threw the skin over the moat, and it nailed some kid in the face.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Dude, that's the ultimate zoo experience. You don't get any closer to nature than that.
What about that one chick at that one zoo? Was it the Out of Africa one that got fucking pulled in?
By the jaguar, yeah. So I felt for that chick. I was like, oh, yeah.
I didn't. Fuck her.
Oh. Yeah,
she's
that
stupid.
Dude, I have a video of it somewhere, but last time I went to the zoo, there's a couple cats that are in smaller exhibits. They're smaller cats, and they don't have as much netting or guard up.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it was, but as soon as I would turn as soon as I would come around the corner and make eye contact, the motherfucker went. And I would turn my head and break eye contact with it, and it would stop, and it would go back to laying down. And I would turn my head again, I would look at it, and the motherfucker would make eye contact with me and go, and fucking, people pulled out their phones, man, because they thought that, they were finally going to get the videotape. Some fucking dumbass at the zoo going to get tacked.
I think I know which one you're talking about, too.
It's like a lighter colored one, and like
Yeah.
it hangs. I don't know. It's like got railing up. They all have railing up, but
I know which one it is. It's a Chronicle. Yeah, I know because it's got 3 fucking legs.
yeah, and it's mean as shit. I don't know if it doesn't like dude in hats, or it just didn't
Just like
the
anybody.
smell of me. But as soon as that fucker made eye contact with me, dude, motherfucker wanted to eat me.
Yeah,
Or at least just maim me, just at least make me bleed.
Yeah,
Because I probably would have snapped his neck.
It would kill you. It would probably kill you.
Probably.
Because they go for the neck.
And there was at least 5 people that were waiting for it to happen with their phones out.
Oh yeah, people hop over the railings more than you think. Way more than you think.
Yeah, that's stupid.
If I worked at the zoo, I would teach as many animals that had fingers as I could to flip everybody off. That's what I would do. I went to the zoo in Colorado one time, and there's a huge like orangutan monkey. I don't even remember what they are, but those motherfuckers would look at you, and half of them would go like this. They just flip you off. Like they had been flipped off so many times that they just would just like you would as soon as you look at the exhibit and they just fucking lift their hands up and they just flip you off. And you're like, damn. And I wonder how many times assholes like because that's what I was doing too. I was flipping them back off. I mean, they flip me off, I'm gonna flip you off. Like, but how many times did it take before that fucking monkey just realized that and I'm waiting for like they see people that like the orangutans and stuff. A lot of those have been at the zoo here for a long time.
Yeah,
and they just sit there and play with their balls, and it's just like fuck.
Yeah. All right, what's the next topic you guys got? Because now
the zoo one's pretty good.
They have no shame
with the fucking write up.
Oh man!
Always a little tech question though before we go on. How am I signing? Am I doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Want to make sure everything's going. All right.
It's a little late now to be asking that question, but you're all right.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm like, wait a minute. Well, I had to redo things on here because my device was dying, and it's like, oh shit. So what's the next? Oh, okay, I think I know which. I gotta ask. Dark Phoenix. And you guys see it?
Yes, I did.
Any other guys seen it?
No, but you know what? I have seen a lot of people in posts saying that they don't understand why everybody said it's so bad and that they really liked it. So I'm gonna go see it. And I'm gonna go in it. Hopefully,
don't
not
do
neutral.
It. Don't do it. I'm telling you, just watch it online.
That's what I mean. I'll watch it online. I won't.
Yeah.
Theater.
Yeah. You know what though? I'm 50-50. Even though my post on it was like it seemed 100% negative, I'm 50-50 on it.
When I read about all the bullshit that they put that first director through, that was ridiculous.
Dude, it's
that was supposed to be a 2 movies that was supposed to be.
Well, and also the big thing I think that pissed a lot of people off, and included me too, was the ending. Because the ending, you're like, why would you do that?
Well, they had to reshoot the ending.
Or movie.
They had to reshoot the ending 100% because it was too close to the ending of Captain Marvel.
Yes.
That movie is a Captain Marvel clone. Yeah, that movie. If you watch it, that movie is a 100% Captain Marvel clone.
Or was Captain Marvel a clone of it?
Well, there you go. That's the debate. But that's why they reshot the ending is because it was almost identical to Captain Marvel.
I mean, Captain Marvel went up and flew through Ronin's ship and scared him away, or what?
No,
I'm actually. You know what? God damn it! It kind of is. It kind of is, actually.
Well, it's kind of crazy when you think about how that guy wanted it to be he had it set up to be 2 movies, and they told him no, so he cut the shit out of it. And if you have a script and everything ready to go for 2 movies, and they tell you no, cut it down to 1, and you don't really have time to actually make it have it make really good sense, What the fuck was Fox thinking?
Dude, that's all he said, she said bullshit, though, because who's not to say that he's not just saying that now because Fox no longer owns him and he can say whatever he wants.
I don't think he's saying that.
Disney doesn't give a fuck about them. That's 100% free money to them. Like, whatever Dark Phoenix makes, that's free money for them.
Yeah, but that was a Fox thing. All of Dark Phoenix was a Fox
When
thing.
you watch the movie, you're like, it doesn't matter. There's plot hole after plot hole. The fucking race, the race that the Phoenix kills their planet, she eats their star or their sun. They're the bad guys in the movie. They're trying to come get the Phoenix Force before it even attaches to Jean Grey. So it's like Storm.
But I mean, what was the other option?
You have You have one of the most powerful mutants in X-Men in Storm is reduced to nothing more than a glorified fucking ice maker. There's literally a scene in the movie where Cyclops walks up to her, hands her a red Solo cup, and says, "You want to top me off?" And she puts ice cubes in it. Like, you could take so much away from the Dark Phoenix storyline to make it a good movie. I don't know why they chose X-Men the animated series did it. So why can't they do it in a movie? You know, so I don't understand why they chose these characters or the plot they chose. Why are you going to have, you know, these aliens that the Phoenix kills later in the comic book, and that's the whole reason Jean Grey gets put on trial is because of it coming after her.
Self-sabotage, maybe?
Maybe,
but
I mean, it makes sense, kind of. Okay, here's the thing: is why we have how many years of X-Men? As a big X-Men fan, you have so many better storylines you could do.
What are you talking about? That's a great fucking storyline.
Yeah, but it's been done. We did it.
It hasn't been done good.
Okay,
it hasn't been done good.
But it hasn't been done good. So it's like we're still in the same fucking boat.
I agree.
We never left.
I agree, but I think that there was a trajectory that they were going where you could have said that this is going to be a good movie. You know, when they first started talking about it, you could have said this is going to be a good fucking movie.
You know what? You know what the best part of that fucking movie was?
The
it wasn't even a story.
The end when you got to go out of the theater.
No, it's because I was pissed. Is a character shows up, and I think they put a picture of her online.
Oh,
big Dazzler, big fucking deal.
I have you know, sir, Dazzler is really cool in my book. She is amazing.
Fucking like 2 or 3 fucking issues that character has ever actually been in.
She's been in a lot more than that. I will defend Dazzler. Damn it.
I just fucking they ruin the X-Men so many times.
Yeah. Well, in which way, comics or movie?
Both.
Yeah. Comic wise, I even had because I want to know what it was like working for Marvel. I had the what was the recent run? What was it? Oh, Age of X-Men. I had the 2 guys who were head of that, and they wrote for Cable for a little bit. These 2 guys that worked together, they were writing Age of X-Men, the whole event going on and whatnot on the comic show, and it's very interesting time working for them working on X-Men. They're very, if you give the episode a listen, it's very interesting to say the least. But I know that there's fans working on it, on the books, but then when the movie come in, they're like, well, just give it to whoever. It's like, fuck no, you can't do that. Like, X-Men is one where you need to have the right people handle it. And you're never going to have that in movies. You may have it in the MCU. The Russo brothers are gone. So, well, rest in peace, MCU, because in my opinion, the MCU is dead, even though I love Spider-Man and shit like that coming out. But MCU is now not going to be the same. So, I don't know.
You don't think the MCU will be the same?
No, God, no.
What do you mean by the same?
The hype is over.
Oh, no way, man.
I think it is. And it kills me to say that because one, Mysterio, Molten Man, Hydro Man, Spider-Man, all in the same movie with Nick Fury.
That's just it's a bridge.
Did you read the article that came out today about the leak of the after credit scene for Spider-Man Far From Home?
No, let's hear it.
I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I'm not going to spoil it.
Spoil it.
You want me to spoil it? All right.
Yeah, you can
Spoil it. Here. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Spoiler alert. So,
Spoiler alert.
at the end of the movie, it shows Mysterio in a cell, and up behind him walks Chameleon. So the good Mysterio in the movie is actually going to probably end up being Chameleon, and then you see the Scorpion come up and he's in costume. You see the Shocker come up and he's in his comic book accurate costume. And then you see Vulture, Michael Keaton, come up in a similar costume to what he was in Homecoming.
Does he walk up like this?
And they're all surrounded, and a gentleman in a business suit walks up, and he says something along the lines of like, "It's time to put our plans into action." And
I'm gonna cry. That's so fucking cool.
that's the biggest debate or speculation right now is that Norman Osborn is going to be the guy who they're fighting against in the ground version of the
Dark Avengers, yeah,
and of the event. So on the Earth storyline of the Avengers movies or Marvel, it's going to be Norman Osborn as the main bad guy. So
I think that's great. That's awesome.
That's what came out today. Is the after credit scene for Spider-Man is you're going to get Chameleon, the start of the Sinister Six.
Sweet.
And they're going to bring Venom over too.
Huh?
They came out and they said that Deadpool's not going to be in the next Spider-Man movie, but Venom most likely is. Ed Hardy's Venom. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm cool with that.
If you do, I was almost in tears hearing that description. As a major Spider-Man fan, if you do that,
I was almost in tears that a monkey jerked off and you made eye contact with it.
They never broke eye contact with it.
All over again. You know, I wouldn't even be that intense. You would hear me be like, "Son of a bitch!" You know what? I'd have to explain it to my family probably if I was going there. But like, if I was seeing it with the Nerdaballs Network, usually. It would be, I'd be like walking out, I'd be like, "Why are you limping?" I gotta hide my boner because holy shit, that was amazing.
I think now, like every time you go past that cage, he looks at you and remembers you, and he's like, "You want some more of this? You want some more? You want some more steak on that burger?"
He looks at me with his eyes. Damn it!
He makes kissy faces.
Yeah. All right, I actually do have a problem with that leak because we do know how those go. Is one
that's what the ape said,
huh?
What? Wait, why Chameleon?
Yeah, why Chameleon?
Because it makes sense as to why you're getting the good, you're getting the good Mysterio, and everyone keeps saying that there's something off about it. And Chameleon can change, so maybe you could have Mysterio and Chameleon working together. So every time one of the Elementals shows up, it's actually Chameleon.
But Chameleon never works with anybody. He's always an asshole.
Yeah, I know, but we'll see what happens. It makes sense.
I always hated Chameleon.
So that means at the end of the movie that fucking Mysterio ends up in jail.
Yep. So he's gonna be a bad guy, which everyone should have known that.
Which is fine.
But it would I kind of had slim hopes that they might have a cool take on him and make him a good guy, because there's been a couple comics in the past with Mysterio where he kind of has leaned towards kind of being a good guy, I guess. And he's a really, really good character. You could do some crazy shit with him. So
I'll tell you, there's one book that really shows Mysterio's never going to be a good guy.
Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Logan.
Yeah.
You can't. After that.
That's what I mean. That's why, like, Mysterio he's a badass. He's a nut job.
Oh, yeah. And he's a fellow film worker, so definitely rock on to that. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see what happens with it. Chameleon, he's just always a dick. I'd rather take Sandman, because Sandman is one who has been an Avenger, so you could make him work. You could be like, hey, he's reservist Avenger, whatever you want to call it. Like, you'd be like, he's part of Sinister Six, but he's the reason why they fall, because he's like, I can't do this anymore, and he becomes like a reservist Avenger with Spider-Man stuff.
I would love to see that. Like,
Yeah.
you have Tom Hardy's Venom have to team up to Peter Parker's Spider-Man to stop the Sinister Six because they're just too much for him to handle, and so Tom Hardy helps him out.
I only want to see one villain for Spider-Man, and that's Kraven.
That's
one
villain that needs to be done too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I want to see them do Kraven's Last Hunt.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome.
And we could make things equal by putting them Black Cat. Why not?
Yeah. Of course.
That'd be kind of cool too.
She was rumored to be getting her own movie though.
Yeah, fuck that.
We
learned what happened with Venom from that. That they make $1 billion, but nobody likes it.
Corbin says he'd rather get a proper Green Goblin. I have to agree with him.
Oh God, yeah. No,
I think Willem Dafoe was good enough. Was close, but I just didn't like the costume. Like,
the costume was good.
It would have been better if it like deformed his skin or something, or deformed him to become Green Goblin. You
want Ultimate Spider-Man?
Well, yeah. Well, or he had more like a rubber mask on, not the bodysuit, not the armor.
They made a rubber mask for him when they were first doing early testing on the film. They made a rubber mask for him, and I think they released a couple pictures of it. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's insane.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see. I mean, if they can do it, pull the Punisher in. It'd always be cool to see a Punisher cameo in Spider-Man.
You're not going to see him.
But it would still be cool.
It'd be cool. They're not going to do Netflix characters for a while. I love Daredevil.
Why wouldn't they? They're going to bring him over to the streaming network like they're going to do.
Not for a little bit of time, because right now the Netflix and Disney are still holding up their middle fingers to each other at the moment. So they're still like, no, we're not going to immediately put them on right now. We're going to wait and make fans ticked off at you guys, and then we're going to put them on and be the good guys.
They'll put them on the shelf for like 2 years, let them sit.
Have them so when their contract ends with, they would still need to contract do this, but I think if you ever want to make the transition to Miles, you do the death of Spider-Man storyline, and you have Punisher in there just for that quick cameo to take that shot, which is the one that wounds Spider-Man before he goes to try and fight Green Goblin, because it's not actually Green Goblin that kills him in the Ultimate Spider-Man storyline. It's the shot he takes from Punisher, and he's bleeding out, and he tries to web himself up to stop the bleeding, and he pretty much bleeds out, and he's already weak from the fight with the Green Goblin when he dies.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
Have that shot.
Yep, that would be fanboys fucking would go crazy.
I'm already gonna go crazy with the new movie, especially if that's the end credit scene, which I hope it is. I'm crossing fingers.
I really like Tom Holland.
Huh?
I really like Tom Holland. I think he's great Spider-Man.
He is Spider-Man, and
I agree.
For sure too. If we get those characters in those suits, give it like a month or two after, about 2 months, because that's when they started doing Endgame merch. Which, by the way, I still got to purchase my gauntlet. We'll see like pops or toys and stuff like that and merch of those characters in their suits. Which, by the way, if we get a comic accurate Shocker, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. I think we just lost him.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, I like that freeze.
Oh.
I like. You guys hear me?
We can hear you, but it looks like you lost your video.
That's weird.
Yeah, it'll end up fixing itself eventually.
I like the freeze frame on this screen.
Like that ape did.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks, Dirtface.
What did you? I got to bring this up because I know Brian's a huge fan. I think there's one character coming up in the cosmic Marvel universe that they're keeping hush hush, and I think Brian's kind of hit on it that he's going to show up. But I think with the release of the Silver Surfer Black from Donny Cates,
Yeah.
I think he's going to make an appearance because in this book he's kind of running with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So, and instead of Thor, they have Beta Ray Bill with them, and the new Guardians of the Galaxy. I did. It's really
worth
good.
reading?
It
I
is
picked it
very
up.
good.
Okay.
Remember that Batman New 52 issue we liked a lot, like the like his long night where it like read like a poem.
Yeah.
This reads very much like a poem. It's kind of like Silver Surfer is reciting a poem as you're reading through it.
I think Silver Surfer is one of the most underrated, underused, correctly characters.
The art in it is pretty crazy, but it's
What's it look like?
it's a solid book. It looks just like the cover.
Is it wonky or what?
Yeah, it's pretty wonky.
I heard, yeah, a lot of people think it's really bad.
I think it's just different. I mean, it's
Like
That was
wonky, like when the Flash Rebirth started. It was like, remember how it was like
I'll show you here.
wonky?
Like there's this page right here, and that art, if you can see that. And I think
Who's that of?
What's that?
Who's that of? Because I was gone. It kicked me out, and then I did.
Oh, Silver Surfer.
Okay.
But then you get shit like this. Like
That's Silver Surfer, though. Because
Yeah.
I think that depends on the artist, because Silver Surfer is basically the LSD character of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, but that's kind of fucking Dead Man. It looks like Dead Man.
Yeah, that's true.
but it's definitely very interesting, and it's worth a read. And like I said, it almost reads, in my opinion, like a poem.
Are you waiting for the next issue?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I would love to see Francisco Francavilla do Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's Donny Cates writing it, so it's good writing.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm all aboard on that.
Dig it. I mean, Silver Surfer is one where you can easily mess him up and you can easily make him good. But I think it just depends on what you want to do with the character.
You can make them really good. I mean,
yeah. But there's so many people. I think it's very, very, very tough to make Silver Surfer really good because a lot of people don't know what the fuck he is or don't know really that much about him. Like, when's the last time you really saw Silver Surfer in the limelight?
been a while. I mean, what was
Fantastic
the
Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer?
well, what was the one that they did, the big event in space where the Guardians of the Galaxy first showed up? What the fuck was that called? They had like a Skrull comic. They had a Wraith comic.
I can't. Oh shit, I don't know.
Anyways, that was really good. I can't remember what the hell it was called, but yeah, it's been a while since there's been anything really good with them.
Yeah, I think one day we'll see him come back. But I think,
oh yeah,
he just is one where his time isn't now. You really gotta. I think you need to team him up with somebody.
No.
No, I think he does.
You just bring him into one of these movies that they're doing in space with the Eternals or Guardians, or it's all you got to
Captain
do.
Marvel,
I meant comic book wise.
I was saying. Got you.
Well, yes, in this new book, he's kind of teamed up with the Guardians, the new incarnation of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Who's the lineup for that, by the way? Now
the only ones that they really show in the book is Beta Ray Bill, and they just mentioned that he's now with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Good,
because he hasn't been in the limelight for a while. I'm glad to see him back. Like, that's amazing.
But I don't know. The other interesting news is, did you guys hear today that DC has pretty much come out and said that their movies are now that Marvel's stories aren't overarching stories anymore? DC's doing away with that too.
Wait, what does that mean?
So their movies are no longer connected, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I thought they were going to just do it. There'll be a couple movies that are connected, but the next ones probably won't be, and those next movies will be connected together. But they're not. they're not all interlinked for 10 years.
For what I read today, they are they are moving away from the interconnecting storylines, and each movie will be individually standalone and will not be part of anything else.
Then why? Okay, why get our hopes up for a big time universe? Work your ass off on it. Give us a shitty Justice League, and I'd be like, listen, we're gonna do something cool in the future. Here's a couple standalone movies, but we're gonna get our shit together in the meantime. Nope. Just take everything away. Like, you're a fan. Okay.
I think it's because they're having a real hard time getting these other stories off the ground. Like, they've been working on Flash for, 4 years now? 5 years now? Like,
and I mean, they've had really good writers on it, too, at a couple points, and still can't get it off.
I don't think it's been 5 years. I think it's been a couple years.
3.
Well, it's ever been since Batman Superman, when they started laying the groundwork for the overarching world.
Oh shit! So it has been about 4 years then. Yeah, maybe. It actually might have been 4 or 5 because Batman v Superman's around. But this goes back to the beginning of the show of what the hell is DC doing over there?
I don't think they know. From all
Joker looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, Joker looks really fucking cool. But past that, I mean, Wonder Woman 84, man, that poster where it's like, here's retro rainbow Wonder Woman with the gold armor. I love her in armor like that. Cool, we've seen it in the books. But no.
It's been 3 years.
Well, I've said that. Okay. I've said that the way DC, I think, in my opinion, the way DC saves itself is they focus on their villains. Don't focus on your heroes so much. Do something Marvel has had the hardest fucking time doing until Black Panther, and that's making your villains credible, making your villains good.
Don't kill them either. Keep them alive. That's the big thing. That's the big thing that Chronicle. Both of them are fucking guilty of this shit.
Yeah.
Killing off your villain. You don't need to do that.
I don't think they do, though, until Black Panther.
Huh? Yeah,
I don't think they realized it until Black Panther.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Spider-Man. You don't want, like, I'm like, Vulture's gonna fucking die. Though the villain didn't really die in, he did in Captain Marvel. Yeah. I don't know. It's one thing where, do they kill him in the comics? No, because it's further thing for, like, Reverse Flash in the Flash TV show. They were like, he's dead. And you're like, what the shit? And they're like, nah, not really, because that's a stupid idea. Here he is. He's back. How's he back? We don't know, but we know he made a mistake. And screw that. Like, that works.
What's going on in that show? Is anybody still watching that show?
Yeah.
The season's over.
100%.
I am too.
So what happened this season?
Did we get in the spoiler territory with that?
We can. Yeah, I mean, it's already. I have to ask your opinion though, real quick, since you're repping. Yep. Your opinion on them just throwing Godspeed in there and changing him.
For the audio listener, I'm holding up a middle finger right now. Yeah. Because why?
Oh. And he wasn't even a Flash villain. He's a future XS villain. Like,
and XS, by the way, XS is Barry and Iris's kid, which, by the way, they had twins before, or I think they had twins. Yeah. They had twins, and now it's only. By the way, she is fucking hot. She's about my age.
She is
I can
super
say that.
Hot.
Yeah, I can say that.
Super hot.
But is the fact of they only have one child cool, and the way they did it, I liked it. I really liked it. But Godspeed is a villain where you do not. He's Flash. XS is the name of their kid who has Flash powers, stuff like that, which is cool. Purple and yellow lightning, that's cool. And uses her mom's old suit, which is cool. I really liked XS. I'm not gonna lie though, like the ending season finale, I cried as much as Kevin Smith did on season 1 finale.
Yeah, it ends strong. I felt like there were some lulls in the season. But I really liked the fact that they went and they used Cicada as a villain versus another speedster. So,
I mean, I don't know, because spoiler for all those out there. We're already kind of past it. Fuck it, spoiler alert, whatever the hell you want to say. I don't want to get. I already got enough Game of Thrones fans pissed off at me on Twitter. Is Reverse Flash was the overall arching villain?
Yeah, true.
Which is cool. and they're like, hey, like 3 episodes to the end, and it's like Reverse Flash is actually the main villain. He's the one been controlling everything, shit like that from the future.
But which Reverse Flash? Was it the one that's played by Doc or whatever that guy is that's always around?
Yeah.
It's
the same guy that's played him since season 1, yeah.
Oh, that's fucking bummer. I like that dude.
Yeah, he plays Harrison Wells. I can't think of his damn. I love him though as an actor. He's really cool, and this Harrison Wells, he's able to pull off so many different versions of him. Like he's really, really.
He's a good actor. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
It's really cool that he plays a different version of that character each season.
I really liked when he was evil. Like when he was evil, so maybe I'll watch it and I'll like it.
He's scary as shit when he's evil. When he's Reverse Flash, he's scary.
Yeah.
I just don't know where they're taking that show now that Cisco's leaving the show. Like,
what, he's leaving?
Yeah, he's leaving the show.
You could tell.
What the fuck else is that guy gonna do?
I don't know.
Right,
dude. I think
he's not a band, but it's terrible.
I think Crisis is the DC status quo for TV shows as we know them for the CW shows is gonna be shaken up after Crisis. Once they air their Crisis crossover, it's gonna fuck a lot of shit up.
That's gonna be the best thing to hit DC TV since Young Justice or the Justice League cartoon.
Hold on, did you watch Titans?
What? Which Titans? Because we got like DC Universe Titans.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking like mainstream TV, not the streaming service. But yeah, I did watch Titans. I did.
I was about to say Titans fucking blows all that shit away.
It does. So does Swamp Thing.
Yeah, and fuck them. Fuck them. They better bring that back. They better actually,
Well, I heard why, and it makes sense.
Because they're the tax shit and all that stuff in that state, and they couldn't do it down there because of that. And
well, it's also DC Universe is in a flux right now. That's also half the other reason. Is because DC Universe, that streaming service, is, to anyone who doesn't know, Warner Brothers is doing their own streaming service here in the next year or so.
Yeah.
So DC Universe is going to move from where they're at and move to that. And so while they're planning on switching everything over and then while they're fixing everything with that bullshit, they're working on that so they don't want to mess up their show. So that's one of the reasons why they said they canceled it. And then they come out and find out it's also tax stuff too. Yeah, which just sucks, and that's not going to be helpful. But they're moving over, so they don't want to, like, in the middle of the move, mess up things and don't show love to a certain show and whatnot, which is why Titans Season 2 is taking forever.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, though. Really looking. Doom Patrol was awesome too. They need to just throw that shit on whatever streaming service they're gonna do and not take a break, because that's what they're gonna do. They're just gonna throw it on the WB streaming service.
Well, like Young Justice is finally coming back. That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm happy as hell. That was my first comic book.
I remember Young Justice. Yeah, I remember when they first did it back in the day in DC, where they made the Teen Titans super young. Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
When Deadman was on the team and shit. I think it was called Sins of Youth.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, fucking, yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, they've already kind of set the seeds for what is going to happen in Crisis because of, like, the way Arrow ends. They kind of set up Crisis. And they give it away that Oliver Queen's gonna die in Crisis.
They did that in they did that in the crossover already this year.
Yeah, well, he makes that deal, but you don't know what it is, and then pretty much the last scene of Arrow, you see what it is when Felicity goes away with him. So
yeah,
that's why they canceled Arrow. Or Arrow's only gonna be 10 episodes next season.
Oh, it's less.
And then I think Batwoman's going to pick up that slack, but I definitely think the TV shows are going to get shaken up in a major way after Crisis.
I will bet. I mean, I loved Arrow, and I still love Arrow because Arrow. I love Arrow. I love Green Arrow too as a character in the comics, but I don't think you're going to see Supergirl in her own Earth anymore. You're going to see Supergirl in with theirs. Everything is going to be taken. So that's how they're going to do it. If they don't do that, they're idiots. But in the same sense of, I think It's going to be a 50-50 shot of the DC TV universe going to shit or surviving. I don't know. Because in Crisis on Infinite Earth, as everyone knows, and if you're watching this, you definitely know, Supergirl and Flash die. But if you're only making a Green Arrow, that would be interesting. It'd be cool. We're not going to see Wally West take up the mantle in the Flash TV show because that actor has had so many things going on with him in his personal life, which he won't say, which respect. And so he's taken a giant break from the show, and then he went to Legends, and now he's taking another break. So who knows? But
he won't say what's going on.
Huh?
He won't say why he's leaving.
No.
He suddenly developed a baboon watching masturbation fetish.
Yeah.
We've started a whole new porn fetish, guys.
We live in the internet age. It's there already. We have furries, for God's sakes. It's there already.
Yeah.
Don't remind me of that. I got invited to go to one of those parties once. I'm good. Oh, God.
Kyle heard furries and he decided to rejoin us.
I was about to say, Kyle's all over that.
Yeah. He's like, hey. Oh, God. Yeah.
Now I'm back.
Yeah. You're like, hey, furries. Man, I don't know. What's the next thing you got for us tonight, man?
What do you think of the Marvel purposely leaking their own shit?
What do you mean?
So they leaked a giant document that looked like it's a government document, and a lot of it's like redacted and blacked out. But they talk about the children of the atom, and they have all these like hidden messages in it, and people are like going crazy over this fucking document right now.
Publicity.
Troy. Huh?
Smart. It's fucking smart.
Yeah, it's publicity.
It's true. It is 100% publicity. It is.
Why let other people leak it out when you can leak your own hints out?
Fucking A. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Now that does it fucks up people like us who try to speculate and figure it out when they could just do it themselves.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's like, especially children of the atom, because they already know that's X-Men. Yeah. I didn't read anything about that. I didn't hear anything about that. That's new. Was that today?
It was just like today
Yeah,
or
it was just
yesterday.
today.
So do they got to completely reboot that universe, right?
Which one?
Oh yeah, they already said they're going to.
X-Men?
Yeah.
They said after they do this next run of movies, I think like 2025 is what they're aiming for.
I personally think they show up before that. I think you're going to start getting hints way before that.
I don't know. I know we're going to... You know what? I did find out about something, though. We're going to see a comeback of, not the X-Men, but certain Inhumans, to say the least.
About a comeback.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. You know why?
Yeah, because they're going to be part of this whole Internals rollout.
No, I didn't know that part. I was saying because of the Avengers video game coming out.
Well, so they're doing this whole thing. The whole plan with the Eternals is to bring in a bunch of those cosmic characters. So they're bringing in, like, plan is they're going to bring in, like, Adam Warlock. Supposedly Thanos is gonna be part of the Eternal race, but he had a genetic, thing that caused him to be like he is.
Douchebaggery?
Yeah. They're going to bring in, like, Hercules, the god. They're going to bring in, everybody's saying they're going to bring in Silver Surfer, too. There's a couple other characters that they're going to bring in that all part of this Eternals rollout. There was another one. God. Anyways, so it's smart. It's really smart.
Yeah.
The one thing that makes me think that we're going to see these characters before a 2025 rollout is all the hints you're dropping. All of a sudden you have The Rock talking about potentially playing a role in the Fantastic Four. And people are talking about that. So you're having all these hints being dropped now by these actors. Because he's talking about his Black Adam stuff, and then he starts talking about doing lunch with Kevin Feige and how he's got, he's potentially got a role in the Fantastic Four, and people are coming out and saying, well, it's, don't get too excited because it's about the equivalent of Vin Diesel's work in Guardians of the Galaxy. So it just makes you think that he's going to be like the voice, or he's going to be
the motion capture
Ben Grimm before he becomes the Thing, and then just voice him after that. He'll be motion captured and CGI'd, like kind of like Bradley Cooper is with Rocket Raccoon.
My biggest fear about Fantastic Four stuff is that they're gonna do Doctor Doom right out the box. They need to lay off that. They need to just chill on the Doctor Doom stuff.
Well, this goes back to the MCU villain. Is Doctor Doom? I think would be better MCU villain than Norman Osborn.
Yeah, but you got to have somebody that can write Doctor Doom correctly.
I think if he's their villain in their first standalone movie, that's fine. But I think you've got to introduce them in other movies first, kind of like they did with Black Panther, bringing him in Civil War. You sprinkle him in there before you haul off and give him his own movie, or them their own movies. You know.
I mean, it makes sense. You could do it because who's to say the Fantastic Four aren't around in the MCU right now? Who's to say all this shit hasn't happened? It could be like, oh yeah, remember those scientists before? Oh yeah, all 5 of them went to space and they got fucked up. So like, you could easily say that, but who knows?
Marvel wrote themselves in the perfect spot to bring in anything and explain anything they want, because you've got 3 snaps. Well, 2 snaps that are still unexplained in an Endgame, the Hulk snap and then Tony snap at the end. Yep. So you don't know what the ramifications of those are yet. So Marvel's sitting pretty to do whatever and write whatever the fuck they want right now.
The best one I heard was that they said that radiation was sent out from the snaps, and who's to say that didn't create mutants?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That's been, or the quantum realm, all their use of the quantum realm didn't create mutants, and there's a lot of theories about that all creating mutants.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen with that. Well, what you got next, man?
That's all I've got. What do you got? Anything else, Kyle? Kyle wants to hear more zoo stories.
Dude, those are awesome. You get to come back on and just do like a whole like zoo fucking Dakota Zoo stories or something.
I definitely will, because there's people who I know who work at Warner Brothers that are like, "Oh, can we do a TV show?" And I'm like, "Well, I tried, and legally they said no. The zoo did, so we'll just do the illegal version on YouTube."
That's it. So, the Batman, Matt.
It'll be.
Go ahead, Kyle.
It'll be. I said it'll be Tales from the Phoenix Zoo.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a different place.
Oh yeah, it's in Missouri.
Finish up on Matt Reeves' Batman leaks. What do you think of there being a female Alfred and just the sheer volume of villains they're talking about bringing to this movie?
They've already announced there is going to be a lot of villains. That's already been confirmed by the director, Matt Reeves. But the thing is, we got to take these with a grain of salt. These ones, you definitely. I don't want to call them leaks. If they do female Alfred, that's fucking stupid.
I agree. Really stupid.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, cool. So Thomas Wayne boned the shit out of her for one, and then also too, like, why?
I just like the fact that she's a female female butler that Thomas Wayne also all of a sudden just commits infidelity. Like, you just know. You just know he rocked that.
It's rich people. What do you want? It's rich older folks. It's a rich family, generations handed down and shit like that. Come on.
And that's gonna be like the story where Bruce has an older bastardized brother, and
yeah, screw that. No.
I'm okay with it as long as the villains are like, if you see them in the background or they're not like as predominant in the film, then that's fine. Like, kind of like what they did with some of them in Gotham.
We're gonna get Court of Owls
eventually,
or Arkham Asylum.
I'd rather take Arkham Asylum. Make a live action version of the Arkham Asylum video game, and you're fine.
I'd rather take Court of Owls for the first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Court of Owls is amazing. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's Court of Owls is brilliant. But Gotham tried doing it, and that kind of ruined it for me for a little bit. And I'm like, ugh.
Well,
yeah, but they ruined a lot of things. So
Yeah,
I think if it's done
I'm a
right, I think it'll be
supporter.
one of those stories that'll put DC back in the running.
I really think that you know what? I'll say it again. I really think it's gonna be Court of Owls. I
don't
think
know.
that's what it's gonna be.
If you put a bunch of villains in there, that'd be weird to do Court of Owls. Because, like, here's a bunch of classic Batman villains, but it's not because I already said there is. So it's not about them, though. It's about the Court of Owls, something mainstream people have never seen, but good, like, hardcore fans know about, or regular comic book fans know about. But, like, mainstream in the sense of just moviegoers don't know
It's
about.
a great fucking story, man. It's
is.
a great story.
But you just have it be like the Flash season where they're the ones pulling the strings in the background the entire time.
Yeah.
I would dig that. I would dig that hard. I'd really. And it's female Alfred come in. All right, what the hell's female Alfred's name?
Yeah, right.
Like
Athena.
It's Alfreda.
Athena.
Jesus.
Her name.
Athena.
What's that? Alfreda. Oh, and she's black. Like
Alfredo.
No.
Alfredo.
Alfredo.
It's Aquafina, and she's played by the actress Aquafina. There you go.
I think. Oh yeah, it's a butler named or a maid. It'd be a maid. It's like, oh, it's a maid named Aquafina, and I'll just think immediately Queen Latifah. I don't know why. Why? It's like that would be an amazing Alfred. What happened? Queen Latifah's Alfred. Okay, I don't know. I like that one. I'd be like, I want to see this, but I just want to see it for 2 minutes, and that's it.
Yeah.
shit.
I think it's gonna be good.
I'm very quickly before we go, guys. I know we're nearing the end.
Yeah.
Is what are your takes on the Avengers video game?
I think it looks like trash.
I don't have a take on it because I don't play video games.
Yeah, I'm with Kyle.
I
Damn
think
it.
it looks
All
like
right, well-
trash.
No, it looks good. Like,
No,
okay.
it doesn't. It looks like
My
it looks like a mobile game.
Okay, there's a little bit of that, but it's pre-alpha for one. For two, everyone was like, "Okay, the Spider-Man game, it looks all right," and then look what Spider-Man PS4 became. What am I like? Holy shit!
Yeah, but your character, their character design is just bad, and it's why wouldn't you have them look more like the people in the movies? I guess if you can't get likeness rights, it's just not.
No, did you hear what they're doing though? Is you're gonna be able to play as the characters and whatnot, but you're able to customize your own version. So different armor pieces, the different style looks from all over comics. Basically, what they did in the Spider-Man game, they're doing that with the Avengers, so you can make them look like. So I'm like, that's cool because the costumes, like, they look pretty alright. Like Thor, I'm like iffy, but like if you're able to make your own Avenger how you want, that's pretty fucking cool.
Give me Ultimate Alliance 3, a good Ultimate Alliance 3, not the bullshit they're putting out on Switch. Give me a good Ultimate Alliance 3 over this Avengers game, and I'm a happy camper.
Nope, I'm down with the Avengers game, man. I think it's gonna be like the new Spider-Man, and they're connecting them apparently too. So definitely.
Nah.
No, I'm part of the 1%. God damn it. All right.
I mean,
fair enough. Kyle, your intake was much appreciated.
As it goes along in production, it might get better. But from what they showed at E3, I'm not sold. I'm not on board right now.
Man, I'm a supporter. I believe in Avengers.
For the love of God, Captain America looks like any goddamn create a character in any game ever in that trailer. So he looks like he's just like base create a character, start out the gate. So
that's sad.
But I mean, as I was saying though before, is they're gonna probably bring in Inhumans because that generator thing is apparently a Terrigen generator.
That'd be interesting.
See, I mean, an explosion causes a flux of Inhumans. Like that'd be fucking cool if, because they made it about 2 years ago in production, so that's when the Inhumans were at their prime. Of the Marvel's like, we can't have the X-Men, so Inhumans.
You don't think? I mean, the Inhumans TV show bombed. You don't think Inhumans is a hard sell with a lead character and their leader who doesn't even fucking talk?
No, they're not a hard sell if you make them part of the fucking universe and actually have them interact with the Marvel universe, like Avengers and stuff like that. And a la Fantastic Four, if you have them interact with them guys, which they first appeared in, by the way, then it would make sense. The Inhumans on their own can be cool, but you gotta do it right. You have to do it right. Like, Karnak is cool. I'm trying to think like Lockjaw. Lockjaw fucking sells, man. He sells money. And so, like, if you do Inhumans, that'd be really cool with the Avengers. I think that's really going to sell it for a lot of people. And then especially hardcore comic book fans that are going to be playing this. Unlike Kyle. But...
Oh, don't get me wrong. This game is going to sell. And it's going to sell like gangbusters. But just from what they've showed at the E3, I'm not sold on it. I'll wait until more development comes. But it does not look... It doesn't look like half of what Spider-Man on PS4 was.
Not yet. All right. Well, we got anything else, guys?
That's it. Nothing else for you. Kyle, anything else?
I'm going to embarrass my wife, I think.
Why?
So, what?
Why?
She told me a story, and it's just a story that's worth repeating.
Okay, go for it.
So, she's been gone for the last few days in Cali. The awesome band that does our opening, they got to open up for Billy Joe's band, The Long Shot.
Oh, you didn't get to go with her?
I didn't go.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't get to go with her?
No, she went without me. So she got to go be a rock star for 4 days, or just sit on the side of the stage. But she was telling me they were at this little club, and she got to hang out with them, and she talked to his wife, and they hung out the side of the stage. She thought that was cool. She didn't get an autograph or anything because she just thought it was weird. But what she did get to do was she had to go to the bathroom. She went upstairs to where the bathrooms were. She waited, and she's getting pissed. She's like, "Fuck, I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. Get the fuck out of the bathroom." She's like 15 minutes later, go by. Billy Joe walks out of the bathroom. They make eye contact, and he gives her like a face and like looks down at the ground and scurries off. And so she runs in to go to the bathroom.
He took a massive shit, huh?
He took a massive shit. And she got to breathe in the Billy Joe Armstrong funk. Tell me that's not better than an autograph.
She hotboxed the shit. He hotboxed the shit out of her. Huh?
Breathing in the stink.
Oh, that's awesome.
She should have live streamed it.
Live streamer smelling some fucking shit.
Oh my God.
But how many people get to say they got to breathe in Billy Joe Armstrong's fucking microscopic fecal matter?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel. Remember to like and subscribe. I'm here in the bathroom where Billy Joel just took a giant shit, and I'm breathing it in right now. All right, remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and we'll see you next time. Fucking YouTube right there.
You would make 5 million followers. You'd go insane on YouTube. You'd blow up so hard.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Oh my God.
I just had to throw that out there because you know what? How many people get to say that?
That's
good.
Man.
That was good.
She should have got like a guitar autograph for you or something.
What she should have done was taken like a Ziploc bag and like
just
moved it around and then right up and filled it up.
A little jar.
Yeah.
Fart through a jar, man.
I'd be weirded out if I walked in your house and be like, hey, yeah, that's Billy Joel's like shit.
Dude, they sell for a lot in fucking Japan.
It would just be on the shelf.
They sell for a lot in Japan.
It grows fungus.
Green Day front man's bathroom funk.
I just breathed that.
Late night shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
She's got the name of the club, the address, the date, the time. What he ate
Kind of like
for
what
dinner.
everybody did for Kobe's last game. Everybody took the Ziploc bags and filled it full of air.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You open it and you're like,
eat?
oh, he had Chinese for dinner. It smells like a hit album.
You just like crack it. Just crack it real quick like little stink bombs. Just crack it.
Duke
Kind of like
Get a whiff, kind of like they do when you go to dispensary and you're smelling like the new weeds, and they do this to you. Like, get away.
Dookie from
And then
the
he hurries and
creator of
closes it so it all doesn't go away.
Dookie from the creator of the album Dookie.
God.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I figured that'd be a good note to end on.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
shit. Okay.
Guess that's where we're going to end our show. It's a fantastic note to end on, Kyle. Dakota, go ahead and tell everyone listening where they can find you and where they can catch your podcast.
Cool. Yeah, if you guys want to follow the podcast, which I do recommend, you can follow the Comic Chronicle podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and comicchronicle.podbean.com. If you want to follow me, I'm at Dakota Morgan 3 on Twitter and at Dakota_Morgan97 on Instagram. And if you want to follow the FanCorp Network, which I'm a little bit part of, and Nerd Balls, both of which are at FanCorp at Real FanCorp, and then at Nerd Balls on Twitter and Instagram, and then FanCorp Network on YouTube and Facebook. And if you tune into the YouTube channel, we do like video game playthroughs every now and then. And 4 lifelong friends of mine, we all play video games with each other. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
But stay tuned for the Comic Chronicle podcast because we got some really cool people coming up in there too. And also, we have an incredible fucking backlog. So go in and take a look.
Good, man. Very cool.
That's awesome. But guys, I want to thank everyone for hanging out in the chat. It was a good night as always in the chat. We thank each and every one of you for hanging out with us every Friday night and being part of the show. I want to thank Dakota for coming on and kicking it with us. And it was good hearing some of his horror stories from his place of employment. I know Kyle's got some takeaways. Kyle's got some good stories there.
It was a blast, man. It was a blast having. Thanks guys for having me on.
Absolutely,
Like, this MegaCast has been one of those of wanted to get back with you guys so bad, but then
Absolutely.
it's like, oh, you guys did MegaCast too, Comic-Con. Like, fuck.
We actually didn't end up doing that MegaCast 2. It never ended up working out. That's a story for a different day.
All right. I mean, yeah, but you guys were a blast. I really love your guys' work too. It's a fun show. It's really fun to be on here too. It's an honor to be on.
Thanks, we appreciate it, man. But guys, if this is your first time finding us and you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're listening to this on Monday on the replay on any of your favorite podcasting networks, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. It helps us with the algorithm. But for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Dakota.
Actually, one real quick last thing before we go. Don't forget, we are still doing our giveaway for that poster, the Neil Adams signed Green Lantern Green Arrow poster.
That reminds me. But before next episode, if you message me on Facebook or Twitter and you tell me what my buddy Chuck gave me for my birthday, I will enter you in the contest to win the poster.
This week, there you go. That's one way. Another way to get in this week is tell us down in the comments below on this video or on the Facebook post, how long do you think Dakota and that monkey actually locked eyes while he was jacking off? Give us a rough estimate of how long that eye lock was. I think that's a fantastic way to enter that. But
I can't tell.
But
you gotta tell us off air so we can.
Yeah, we won't make you incriminate yourself.
So whoever's closest.
Guys, we hope you like the new layout.
Off air, yeah.
We hope you like the new layout. I'm sorry we were late getting things started, but yeah, that's it for this week's episode, and we will see you next time.